Tim, summertime, you've had a chance now to see and to coach some of the young men that you recruited for a year or two. What are some of your first impressions of the new recruits as a group?
Well, the first impression is I really like them. That's a good thing. I like them a lot. The second impression is because we have by far more new guys than we have old guys, that we are starting at a whole different point. We're starting at the real square one, and we have a long way to go. But really like the guys, and we're all very happy with them.
Obviously, with the loss of Ben and Sterling and Shimmy last year, you're not just looking at these kids and projecting what they can do 2 or 3 years down the road. You got to look and see who can contribute now.
Well, here's our issue, and people, I think everyone has kind of forgotten this. The probation that we had, of course, everyone looks at the postseason ban, but truthfully, to me, this year is when we're going to feel the biggest effects, because I don't think there's a program in America that only has 3 people total returning from a team last year. I think we're probably number one in America by double, and so it's almost like junior college where you got to have a whole other team every year. So this is where you feel it. We have limited numbers again. We have limited numbers next year. So because of that, we are starting with a whole bunch of very young, very new guys, and we really like them. But most of the time, when you're in a normal situation without limited numbers and probation, you're not only bringing an X number of starters back, but you've been developing guys in your program, in your system, and then they just kind of move along, where that's not the case with us. We're starting at a whole other point with 3 guys that have played and no one else that's played. Luckily, Jimmy Witt was in our program, so he is one of those that you've developed in your system. So I guess you'd say 4. So, we're in a different place. I think we're feeling the biggest effects of the probation right now, to be honest with you.
Okay. Last few years, we've talked a lot about the importance of leadership for the older kids, and obviously that's even more important now with so many new ones coming in. So I'm sure you're looking to Shake and to Ben and to Dre to provide that leadership.
Since they're the only guys back, they are the leaders.
I figured that out pretty
They are the leaders. But here's the great news. Benny Malagu is a senior and a great person, outstanding player, just character. And, of course, Dre and Shake are not seniors, but it feels like they are right now, given the makeup of our team. Those guys have taken total leadership, and they all are high character. They're all winners, and they know what this program is all about. I'm so thankful for them. Jimmy is doing a great job as well. He's been behind the scenes, but he's been here. He understands what this thing is all about, and so really the 4 of them have I think done an outstanding job. And I see them. What I love the most is we're practicing now for Canada, and the coaches, I'll be saying something, or the other coaches will be saying something, but those guys are coaching them as well. And I love to see that. That's the unselfishness, trying to bring along a guy. Even if he plays your position, you're trying to help him, and I see that going on all the time. I think that speaks to the character of these guys.
I know you're excited about the opportunity to take the group into Canada next week. Let's talk about some of the positives that benefit the program from a summertime trip like this.
Well, as far as the trip itself, what I hope, my number one goal is they have a great time. Honestly, I want them to have fun. I want them to bond. I want to spend a lot of time. I want them to explore. I want them to have a great time. From the basketball standpoint, really, to be perfectly frank, it's really about these practices. It's not about any games that we play there. This gives us an opportunity to have 10 practices. That's the rule. It's one of the great benefits of these foreign tours, one out of every 4 years. So the basketball part we're trying to do before we go, and once we go, then it's going to be about having a good time and really getting to know each other and seeing some things that maybe a lot of us would never get to see. So hopefully it'll be a great time. We've had, I hope we have enough guys to play the game. We've had a number of injuries lately. I don't know how many of them will. Maybe they'll all be back. Maybe none of them will be back. I don't know. So we'll see on that. But what I plan on doing, whoever is available and healthy enough to play, we will just really predetermine the minutes ahead of the game. And I'd really like to play the guys from last year, the 3 guys from last year, the least, you know, and let everybody play the most. For me, it's not going to be about, you know, winning or losing a game. It's just getting some guys on the floor and letting them play and just kind of see, you know, see where we need to work and see their strengths and weaknesses. So that's kind of the strategy that I just hope we have enough that we could pull that off.
Okay, Tim, appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you.